Congratulations on the purchase of your Shasta Revere 29 SK. My name is Russ. I'm going to do your orientation with you today. We're going to start off with some maintenance you want to do on this a couple times a year. So we'll start with your roof and the top of your slide out. They are rubber membrane. You do want to treat those with a rubber roof cleaner and conditioner. It's an all-in-one product. Has cleaner, conditioner, and UV blocker in it. So just climb up on the roof, you spray the product on, scrub it in, then rinse it off. Once you're up on the roof, check around any vents, anywhere there's any kind of caulking. If you have to re-caulk anything, use a self-leveling lap sealant on that rubber material. You can use silicone around anywhere else on the camper, but just use that self-leveling lap sealant on the rubber material. You're going to want to treat your seals on your slide out. So you have a bulb seal here, wipe away seal here, wipe away seal, wipe some moisture off your slide out as you bring it in. Bulb seal seals the weather out. Slide out seal conditioner comes in a spray can. You just spray it on, it'll foam up. You leave it on there, it's going to soak into the pores of the rubber. Keep this from drying out and cracking. If you don't treat this over time, this will dry out, crack, and then you end up with leaks. So make sure you do that a couple times a year. Down here on your slide out, you have rails. So right where these teeth are, you want to spray those with a dry graphite grease, just as needed. Maybe it starts squeaking, you think it's working a little harder than it should, just give it a spray. Don't use a lithium-based grease because that will collect dirt and sand, gets scummed up, makes a big mess. Dry graphite grease, it comes in a spray can, just give it a quick spray, nice and easy there. Your tires, you do want to maintain your tire pressure. Over here on the side of the camper, they'll tell you what your tire pressure is. 65 psi for this one. So make sure you maintain that. You do want to grease your wheel bearings. Recommend every 6,000 miles or 2 years. There are grease certs in there, so just pop that rubber cap off and you can grease them from there. You want to treat your siding. Keep the siding looking nice. Keep the graphics from cracking and peeling and fading, because it's what's going to happen over time. And your siding itself might start to fade over time. So if you wax this with the regular Carnauba style car wax, it'll help keep it looking nice. If you don't like to wax, you can get a ceramic coating. We apply that at TerryTown. We can get you some pricing on it. What that is a chemical we spray on. It has a bond with your siding. They guarantee it to last for 5 years. Has a 5-year warranty. So in that 5 years, if there's damage caused by like tree sap, bird waste, fading, then it'll be covered for 5 years. We'll replace or repair it. I'll go over that a little more towards the end. I'll give you some more examples. It is a good product. You wouldn't have to wax it for 5 years, and it cleans a lot easier. It will also cover your awning. If your awning starts to fade or crack, your awning will be covered under that 5-year warranty as well. If you don't do the ceramic coating, you do want to treat your awning. There's an awning cleaner with a UV blocker in it. So just spray that on, scrub it in, and rinse it off. And that is your maintenance. So we'll start with your orientation right here in the front. You do have electric tongue jack. So up and down this button, your little light on and off with this button. You do have propane tanks in there. If you got the starter kit, which you did, you have a brand new deep cycle marine battery and your propane tanks are filled. All right, move around to the side. You do have a light up in the front. There's a switch at the bottom to turn that on and off. Pass-through storage. Some good storage in here. You do have stabilizer jacks on all 4 corners. It's used for stabilizing only, not for leveling. So you're going to level using your tires. You're going to put blocks under one side and then use your tongue jack to level the other way. Once you're level, put those stabilizers down. Won't be so bouncy when you walk around inside. Right here, this is your furnace vent. Furnace does get very hot if you use your furnace, so be careful. If a kid or pets or anybody touches that while the furnace is running, you can get burned. This is a good place for rodents and bees to get into. They will fit in there. So there are screens you can get that go over top. Keep all those rodents and bugs out. We do have those here as well. This is input for cable or satellite. Some parks have cable service. Some people have portable satellite dishes. And then right below that, you have a gray tank. So you have 2 gray tanks and 1 black tank on here. This gray tank most likely is for your kitchen. But if you're not familiar with how to use it, just take this cap off. There's some water in it. Take that cap off. Put your wastewater hose there, and then the wastewater hose goes to the septic, and then you pull the handle. Alright, we'll head towards the back. Right here, refrigerator vents. You have one on top, one on bottom. This is another spot where there's screens where you can get to keep the bugs out. But you do have a condensation hose here. Make sure this is out. If that goes inside, you're going to start leaking inside. Alright, back here. Water heater. Your water heater is gas or electric. You have a plastic cap right here that just goes right into there when you're ready to use it. Electronic ignite. There's 2 switches inside. One says gas, one says electric. So choose which one you want. You can run both at the same time if you want to. Just make sure your propane is turned on. Flip the switch on for the gas. It will automatically light up back here. Just make sure you have water in the water heater first. If you're full hookup camping, this is where you're going to hook your hose up, your city water connection. So you hook the garden hose up there, and then you have water pressure through that hose. Do recommend to use a water pressure regulator. It's real small, it goes right here, your hose hooks to that. Anything over 50 psi, you stand a chance of bursting your lines, so that's just going to help prevent that from happening. And then you have some storage there, that's under the bunk. And then below that storage is your other hookup for your wastewater. So you have a black and a gray back here. This is your black on the right, gray on the left. So same thing, hook your hose up, hook it to the septic, pull that black handle first. It's going to empty that toilet water, that's your black. And then once that's empty, pull that gray dirty sink and shower water is going to help rinse your hose out. You do have a black tank flush on here, so once those are empty, close that gray tank, leave the black open, and then around towards the front of the camper, right here, you have a black tank flush. So you hook a hose up to this. It's like an upside down sprinkler system in your black tank. It's going to flush it out. So once you're satisfied that your tank is clean enough, turn that hose off, close your black handle back up, and then put your cap back on, and then you'll be all set. This is your cord right here, 30 amp service. This just pulls out, push it back in when you're done. You can store your wastewater hose right here in your bumpers. Take the cap off, slide your hose in, put the cap back on. Outdoor shower. So you have a little wand here, and then hot and cold water. Spare tire. Your back door is the bathroom door. These stairs just pull out. The pull. Watch your fingers, and then just fold out like that. You do have low point drain right there. You see it? There's 2 of them. There's a blue and a red. Well, it's white and red on this one, but it's hot and cold. That is the lowest point in your water system. So if you're going to empty the water out of your lines, just open those valves up and it will drain the water out. You'll still need to drain from your water heater and from your freshwater tank. You do have outdoor speakers, one on each side of the awning, and then your electric awning. Plug right here. And then over here, if you're doing rustic camping, this is your freshwater fill. So just take a garden hose, fill that tank up, and then you'll use your water pump to pump the water from that tank into the coach. If you have water left over, you don't want to haul it around. Right down here, right there, that is your freshwater drain. Right. These stairs work the same as the ones in the back. And up here, the other side of your pass-through storage, there's your hitch. and that is the outside of your camper. So we will head inside now. So just inside here above the countertop is your control panel. So you can check your battery level, fresh water tank. Just push on it and it'll show you how full it is. So your battery's full, fresh water, black, and your grays are empty. They will fill as the tanks fill. This is for your water pump. So if you use that fresh water tank, turn that pump on, then you'll have water pressure. This is the gas for your water heater. This is the electric. This is for your awning. So just hold the button down, push it down. See if I can get this. Your awning will start going out. Anytime you let go of the button, it will stop. I don't think I can get it all the way out without hitting the other camper. But once it goes all the way out, that valance will fall, the extra material at the end. Once that falls, let go of the button. If you keep pushing the button, it's going to keep winding. It's going to end up back towards the camper with your awning upside down. So be careful of that. So I'll bring that back in. These are your lights. One of these is for these lights here. It's light 2. Light 1 is your main lights right up there. All right, and then this one is for your slide. So same thing with your slide. Just hold the button down. Oop, that's all the way out right now, so that it'll make that noise when it goes all the way out, all the way in. So you know it's all the way there. But just hold it down. If you let go, it's going to stop. I'll take it back out. Make that noise, it's good. All right, and that is your control panel right there. Next to that, you have your thermostat. So you can run your fan, you can run auto, or you can have it on all the time. Well, it's auto or on for your fan. And then you can choose between heat and cool or off, and then just set your temperatures here. Your keys are on your sink. You do have a sprayer here. Your stove. You do have the sparker on your stove, so just put this on light and then turn that sparker until it lights up. Your oven, your pilot is right down there. You're going to have to hold a flame to that while you put this on pilot and push it in. Pushing it in will release the gas. So push that in, put a flame, your pilot light will light up. You do have a fan and a light, and then your microwave. This is a standard turntable microwave, just like it at home. Some good storage in here. Your refrigerator, this is gas or electric, so just turn it on here. That button's pushed in, it's going to be on auto. If it's on auto, it's going to run off your electricity, off your shore power. If you lose power or you unplug, it's going to automatically switch to propane. So you don't have to do anything with it. It's going to automatically switch by itself. Just make sure your propane is on. If you don't want to use electric at all, have that button out and it's gas only. This check light comes on, means it cannot find the gas, so it's either empty or turned off. And all those instructions are right inside the freezer. Now inside here, you do have a little sensor. So this sensor right here, it actually goes on this slide. So I'm going to put that on. I'm going to pause it real quick. Okay, I put it back on the slide there, as you can see. So the colder, the higher it is, warmer, the lower it is. So you can move this up or down. Right now it's up at the highest it goes. If your refrigerator for some reason is not cooling down, just make sure that sensor didn't fall. Alright, and then your couch here. Couch, just lift up on the front. You have storage under there, but you have a little bed if you want it. Put that back. More storage. Push button light. That is a carbon monoxide LP detector. That green light is on, it's not working. You need to get that checked out. Very important that that's working. Push button lights on your bunks. So you have one here and one there. Just push in the center, they turn on. Underneath the bottom bunk, if you move the cushion, this cushion out of the way, and you lift up on this, you have access to the back of your water heater. There's valves back there. There's 2 of them. So that's where your bypass is for your water heater. So if your water heater doesn't fill up when you first hook up your hose, it's because those valves are turned. So you just get under there and turn the valves the opposite way. It should start filling up. Right, your air conditioner, you can dump all the air down by having these open. If you want to cool it off quickly in here. Otherwise, close those up, and then you have more pressure through your vents. These are filters you can take out, clean, and reuse if you need to. Good storage in here. TV hookup here. This is your antenna booster. So be sure that green light is on, and then you'll get local channels. If it's not on, you're not going to get local channels. And then your stereo. This is a CD, DVD player. You have indoor and outdoor speakers. So you have zone A, B, and C. It shows A is on right now. I just push A to turn it on or off. So I'll turn it off. So A is right above me, B is behind me, and then C is outside. And you can play them all at once or however you want to do that.
No, not really.
And then those lines, those cables there hook to your TV, and that's how you can play DVDs through this. Your dinette does go into a bed if you want it to. If you're not familiar with how that works, just remove these legs. The tabletop will sit down on the ledges on both sides. Those ledges. And then you're going to take those cushions and then fill in over top of the table. Your windows, just pull out on this and they'll slide open. Your blinds, just pull down and then push back up. A 12-volt battery operates your smoke detector. We'll go into your bedroom. Right inside your bedroom door is your light switch. You have plugs on both sides of the bed. Storage underneath, which goes to your outside pass-through storage. You do have a spot over here where you can have a TV hooked up. Looks like the previous owners had a mount up there at one time. Emergency exit. If you need to get out quick, just pull on this, rips the screen out, and then throw the window open. You can have this open just for ventilation if you want. Before you travel, be sure that this is clipped down. If it's not, that window will hit the window and that window will be gone. Right, and then in this bag, you have the rest of your starter kit. So you have that brand new Deep Cycle Marine battery. You have full propane tanks. You get a hose. This is a wastewater hose. You have an adapter here. So you have a 30 down to 15 adapter. And then right here is your breakers and your fuses. So your breakers, that's shore power. Your fuses, that's 12 volt. An LED light will light up next to any bad fuse, so you don't have to look through all of them. And then you can see that light through the window there. Fire extinguisher just inside the door. Right, we'll go back here towards the bathroom. So you do have a foot pedal flush. So halfway down, we'll bring water in, all the way down, we'll flush it. Shower. GFI reset right here. And of course your medicine cabinet and your door. You do have a vent up here. Just twist this open. And then you can turn your fan on right here. You want to make sure this lid is down before you travel or if it's raining. You can get a max air cover. It goes over top of that, so you can leave that open anytime. You don't have to worry about putting it out if it's raining or anything like that. That's something we can do also. Okay. And then your skylight up here. Whew, it's bright. You can close that up. It's a nice little feature. And that is your camper. I am going to go over the few things over here real quick. So that's ceramic coating, that's the exterior protection. These are the things that 5-year warranty will cover if there's damage from any of this. So any fading, acid rain, bird waste, ocean spray, insects, bugs, tree sap, black streaks. So for 5 years you'll be covered if any of that stuff happens. Your awning, fading, discoloring, cracking is covered. There's also an interior protection. Protects you for 5 years from rips and tears, punctures, you spill bleach, mold and mildew, loose seam stitches on your furniture. They're good protections, nice to have, nice little extra warranty. And then some extra things over here, those screen vents. So for your furnace, water heater, and refrigerator, if you have issues with any rodents or bugs, we have those available here. You can get a slide topper. Your slide topper is like an awning that goes over your slide out, protects that top of your slide out from any falling debris, from the weather, from the sun. Awning cradle, that goes in the center of your awning. So as you're traveling down the road, the awning tends to bounce up and down a little bit. Over time it starts to bow. That will help prevent that from happening. Max air vent covers, that's what I was talking about in your bathroom. Surge protector, you have a 30 amp service. Highly recommend to use a surge protector if you do any full hookup camping. I would not camp without one. Lend a hand, that's just the big handle, which you already have. You already have power tongue jack. And then you can do interior, exterior, and extended warranty. So you can extend your warranty up to 7 years. That's something that we can get a pricing on for you as well. So if you're interested in any of those things, let us know. We'll be happy to accommodate you. And if you have any questions along the way, if there's something you didn't understand or something I didn't quite explain well enough, please give us a call. Be happy to help you out. We want your experience here to be a good one. We do appreciate your business. Thank you for shopping at TerryTown and buying from us. If you know anybody else who's looking, send them our way. We would appreciate that. If you have a chance to do a Google review, we also appreciate Google reviews. There's a paper inside the camper. It has information on Google reviews. Here's my name. And I hope you enjoy your camper. Happy camping.